The level of detail that Rockstar has put into Grand Theft Auto 5 is pretty insane, even down to the text messages you receive in-game. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. 10 secret text messages that you didn't know that you could get that are definitely pretty interesting and very wild. We're going to be talking about how you go about getting those text messages, what they are, and so much more. So the first set of rare text messages you can get are going to come from our three main characters, Michael, Trevor, and Franklin. And you can get them to send you some pretty interesting stuff by doing a variety of different things. The first pretty interesting thing is literally go to one of their houses as another character and start shooting RPGs at their house. If you do that, they'll send you a text message like, "Stop shooting RPGs at my house." And then they'll actually call you if you continue to do it, which kind of adds on to it. So that's one thing you can do. Another thing you can do is actually steal their car. So for example, if you're Franklin and you go to Michael's house and you steal his car, he'll send you a text message saying, "Why'd you steal my car? I'm calling the cops." It's pretty funny. Michael would call the cops on Franklin. And another thing you can do to get a pretty rare text message from the main characters is kill them. So whether you shoot an RPG at them, or you meet them on the streets and you kill them, or you send them to the hospital, they'll send you a text message saying that they're pissed and that you're going to have to pay for their hospital bill. So it really does seem as if Rockstar prepped for every different scenario here that you could possibly do to another player in GTA 5. And I think that that's really funny. Again, it just shows you the level of detail that Rockstar put into the story mode and the single player aspect of this game is absolutely incredible. Now, the rest of the secret messages we're going to be talking about are going to be coming from the booty calls, which, believe it or not, you need to complete at least one of these in order to achieve 100% completion in GTA 5. So the more you know, if you haven't had 100% completion, you actually will have to do this. So the first 4 secret text messages you can get are all going to come from the dancers or the strippers in the game. Sapphire, Juliet, Nikki, and Infernus. And all of you guys know where to find them. You're going to go to the Vanilla Unicorn. You're going to request a dance from either one of them, and during which the players can increase the like meter of each dancer by flirting or touching them during the dance. And when the meter is full, you'll have the option to take the stripper home. So that's what you can do, and then you will get them in your phone contacts and you can do a booty call. Now, when you do that, if you do that a significant number of times, you'll actually start to receive text messages from these strippers with some very lewd messages. And you guys can see some of them right now. Each stripper will send you 3 different text messages in a very provocative way, you could say. And all of them are going to be a little bit different. Now, what's also interesting is you'll get some pretty crazy dialogue with each one of the dancers. Like, for example, one of the dancers, Sapphire, appears to have a nitrous addiction, as she'll constantly ask the protagonist if they have any. So those are the various text messages you can actually get from the strippers. Along with those photos, they will include some very interesting dialogue as well. And these will occur after you have had a booty call session with each one of them. Now, the final 2 text messages we're going to be taking a look at today are also booty calls, but they're a little bit more different. They're both random events. The first one is for Ursula. Now, in case you don't know who Ursula is, this is actually a hitchhiker event that you have to do. Now, the background on her is pretty creepy. Ursula is a mentally unstable woman, possibly because she had an unhappy childhood. According to her comments about her life, her mother tortured her by locking her in a basement and shaving her hair. Her mother also forced her to dress like a boy. We also find out a little bit later that her mother passed away. This, along with her upbringing, caused Ursula to grow up mentally ill, making comments about her gardener getting sick and falling off a cliff, and how the last person to pick her up choked her to death on his own hand, implying that she killed both of them. So you actually have to find her sort of on the Mount Chiliad path, and you'll actually be able to take her to her house, which is at the El Gordo Lighthouse. Now, if you do this successfully, she will add you as a friend or add you as a person that you can contact for a booty call. And if you do that, you'll obviously be able to interact with her the same way that you can with something like one of the strippers. So again, pretty cool. She'll send you 3 text messages as well. Her story is just a little bit more unique than going to the Vanilla Unicorn and spending a various amount of cash on one of the strippers. So that's actually pretty cool. However, one thing that's pretty strange about her booty call is the weather will turn rainy during the aftermath of every single encounter with her. Now, whether this is an oversight by the programmers or meant to humorously symbolize that she's mentally unstable is never unknown, but I thought that fact was a little bit interesting. Another fact about Ursula that you might not know: after dropping her off for the first time, before entering the home, she will stand behind Trevor or Franklin's vehicle and take a photo of it. Whether of the car, the license plate is unclear, but be careful not to back her over when this happens. And the last secret text message you can get comes from Liz McCallan, who is also a booty call that you can eventually get, although hers requires you to do something specific for Franklin. So Franklin can actually purchase the downtown cab company, and sometimes he'll be called to do a special private fare that Alonzo had requested. Now, Franklin would pick up Alonzo at the university and take him to where Liz is stuck due to her car being broken down. Now, when Franklin compliments Liz's attractive appearance, Alonzo gets out of the car and pulls Franklin out of the car to fight him, enraged at his comments. Now, after Franklin deals with Alonzo, Liz will ask Franklin to take her to her friend's apartment, and essentially the exact same thing happens here. You become friends, you'll be able to add her as a contact, and then you can do the same thing, the booty call sequence. And you'll get, once again, 3 text messages from her as well. Very provocative in terms of the images and, of course, what she actually says. But those are some pretty cool secret text messages that you might not have known you could receive as well. Now, something that's pretty funny is that even though this contact is only meant for Franklin, if you call as Michael or Trevor, if you know the phone number, you'll actually still be able to set up a booty call with her, which is kind of funny because that would be so awkward since you don't know them at all, yet you're still willing to do that. But anyways, that right there is 9 secret text messages that you might not have known that you could receive in Grand Theft Auto Online. Now, obviously, with the main characters, there's a lot of variations that you could receive, and I don't think we're ever going to know all of them because there's so many things you could do. What if you throw sticky bombs at Michael's house versus RPGs? I mean, it really is endless. But Rockstar was incredibly creative in order to build these into the game. They're very cool, very interesting, and a little bit wild as well. But anyways, that's all the information I've got for you guys in this video today. Let me know if you've experienced any one of these secret text messages, or maybe even one I didn't mention in this video, in the comments section down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you did go on to enjoy this video though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.